Hi, chat. Oh god, that's loud. That was incredibly loud. Give me a sec. There we go. How are you guys doing? Hope you guys have been having a great day. I am incredibly tired, but there's nothing we can do about that. So, I am back here streaming. When in doubt, stream it out. Actually, don't. Don't do that. Only stream when you are good to stream. Never force yourself to stream. Also, I will be right back because I forgot I can't stream in pants. It's uncomfy. I'm gonna switch over to shorts. Alright, I'm back and in shorts. Okay. So, I know last time we may have ended things in a bit of a cliffhanger, but it's okay because we're gonna hop back into the game now. Our life beginnings and always. I thoroughly enjoyed this game so far, and I forgot where we left on. Like, not in the sense of literally forgot, but it's like, oh, I just remembered, and my god. Oh no. You'll see what I mean, cause it's like, it's very iffy. We gotta make a decision. We gotta make a decision, and we didn't make it last time. Right? I'm gonna switch musics real quick. Back into the game. Also, almost hitting the follower goal again, which I'm very surprised that it had we've been able to reach it this quickly. That's really cool. I didn't think I'd get this far, but I very much appreciate it to everybody who's followed. Thank you all so much. But so far into the game, we left off here, which is that his balloon popped when he was playing with it. And now we're like, oh, let's go find the guy who's giving out balloons to cheer him up. But we have to choose to hold his hand or just walk with him. And now I know a lot of you had been like telling me last time to take his hand, so we're just gonna take his hand and just kind of, gently pull him along with us, cause he's sad. We were both surprised that the balloon popped. They look like those big sturdy balloons, but sadly it isn't. So you took hold of Cove's hand. He brought his gaze back down and gripped yours in turn. Aww. The two of you wandered up and down the street, but you saw no sign of the amazing Alexander, which is a magician who was giving out the balloons. Finally, you were forced to give up. Still, it seemed to lift Cove's spirits, and that was good. The passing of Cove's balloon was the last major event of your adventure. Aww. In the end, the two of you headed back late that afternoon. Oh, I missed one. You separated on the beach, and while Cove went straight home with his brand new sand pail in hand, you decided to sit for a while. Oh, why is it skipping so much? You watched the waves and the sunset, fiddling with your new keychain. Another summer day was drawing to a close. It had been a good one, except for the sad final note. Can I give him my balloon? Oh, I can't give him my balloon. Sad. I wanted to give my balloon at the end. Just so he could take it. If I knew that was gonna end that way, I probably would have just like finished it last stream. But at least now we get to do the sandcastle one. But what I've gathered from this one in the shopping little episode is that I really enjoy building sandcastles, apparently. And it's... Cove had suggested that, you know, I participate in a sandcastle building contest, so that might be what this is. Maybe. Cove wasn't able to do many things that summer. When you, him, and Shiloh sat out on the shoreline one bright morning, you could tell he wanted to be in the water. But there was no way he'd be swimming anytime soon, not with this cast. The waves washed a single shell to shore, glittering and blue, another reminder of the places he couldn't go. From what you'd heard about Cove's old life so far, in tiny pieces and fragments, you could tell that he'd do anything to be able to get the cast off. Like, make a pact with the witch or something just to get it off his arm. Oh man. He hates it that much. You thought about how his summer last year must have been totally different from this, with his old home and his mom and dad. But now he was here with you and Shiloh and Lizzie and everybody else, and he couldn't even go in the sea. This town wasn't bad. It had all your favorite things in it, but sitting there on the beach, on the same beach you'd grown up... Wait, what? But sitting there on the same beach you'd grown up on, you could understand that not everybody else felt the same way about Sunset Bird as you did. You watched him from the corner of your eye quietly, and he finally said aloud what you'd been pondering. I wish I could go in. The water? Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sorry. You're gonna be able to do it soon. Cove only sighed in response. Apparently soon wasn't soon enough. It's so pretty. Oh, that's Shiloh. It's so pretty. The ocean. And huge. There could be anything out there. Like mermaids. Oh my god, he's a mermaid guy! He's a mermaid person! Oh my god. I wish he didn't have a cast. I don't really care. Oh my god. Swimming might be fun if we could. I'm fine here on land. Mermaids aren't. No. I would like to. As a kid, I would believe that mermaids are real. I am definitely all for the mermaids are real type. I am that kid who believes that mermaids are real. I wish you didn't have a cast. Me too. Obviously not interested in hearing much more of your input on the situation, Cove turned back to the water. But as he looked away, something about Shiloh's slow, careful movements caught his eye. What happened? Oh. Hey, are you building a sandcastle? Sort of. I was only playing around while you were talking. I'm listening. Maybe I could too. I've only made big piles before. It's really nothing special. I'm sure you'll be good at it right away. Well, how do you do it then? Shiloh's cheeks lit up, and you could tell that he was a little bit uncomfortable to have Cove's expectant stare on him. I'll play too. Sure. Go ahead. Teach me. Teach me your ways. I love making sand stuff.
Okay.
Yay. He put his hands back on his seashells and sand and nodded. I don't do a lot. Here's how I like to get a house started. Shiloh, focusing more intently than you'd ever seen him, guided Cove through the process. You happily used your own method. It didn't take long for the three of you to each have humble structures prepared. That's all, kind of. You can do anything now. Like, make it bigger, add some seashells, carve a pretty pattern. I bet you'll have great ideas.
Okay.
I'm gonna make it bigger. Mine is gonna be a real castle.
Cool.
cool. This is gonna be a house. Looking at the base of your sand castle, you decided to make a house, castle, a mansion. I don't know. Probably a castle. I like building castles because then you can add flags at the top. Castle. Looking at the base of your sand castle, you decided to build a fancy castle. The better part of the next hour was spent focusing on your own work. The boys were the same. Even Shiloh didn't sneak as many peeks at everyone else as he usually did. You finished shaping before either of them did, glancing up from what you'd built. Oh. It seemed you'd got done so fast because they already searched around for extra decorations. What? I'm confused. Shiloh had grabbed most of the really interesting stuff, and Cove had a lot of shells, but there were still options. Oh, so they grabbed like the decorating stuff first, and then they like continued building on. And then I finished my base first, and then went to go search for decorations. That is smart. That is smart. That is something I would do. Yeah. The first thing you reached for was a red bottle cap, blue seashell, green piece of sea glass. Not the bottle cap, probably one of these two, but I don't know what. Let's see. Probably the sea glass. It was the best fit for your castle, you decided. It was see-through and sparkly, yes. It was shiny. So you put it in a funny place where it'd take a second look to see it. Pleased with your result, you finally took a proper look around that wasn't focused on the sand itself. Both Cove and Shiloh seemed super immersed still. You knew it would probably, you knew you could probably sneak a peek at either one's work. Okay. Checked out Cove's sandcastle, you checked out Shiloh's. I'm gonna decide not to look. I probably could have, but I'm gonna decide not to look. You instead watched some clouds go by. The silence was then broken. What's on top of yours, Shiloh? Zoe! Hi, Zoe. How have you been, Zoe? You peeked closer and discovered something shiny sticking out of Shiloh's sand chimney. Oh yeah, he was building a house. Wait, what did you put on top of the chimney? Oh, it's just a gum wrapper. It looks like smoke. That's actually kind of smart. That is cool. I like that idea. You have good thinking, Shiloh. Sometimes. Sometimes. Other times, I want to point you into the ocean. But sometimes you have good ideas like this.
Neat.
It's good. That's smart. That is my thinking. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't think of that. I guess. I don't see it. I'm not... Why does it want me to be rude? I mean, granted, I was gonna be rude to him anyway. I'm finally off for stream. I'm great today. New PC just came in. Yo, new PC, let's go. I'm glad you can catch this one. I don't know. I think you weren't here for the last time. You weren't here for the last stream, which is okay. I just started this little segment. So you haven't missed much. Is mainly we're building sand castles because Cove here, one in green hair, has a cast on, and so he can't go in the water, and so we're just building sand castles at the moment. You should be an architect. Kind of looks more like a worm. Either this one or the architect. One of these two. Well, to be fair, I was building a castle, so I'm gonna say you should be an architect. You'd be good at it, Shiloh. Shiloh smiled without a word. Okay. And that was that for the current topic. Yeah, this is why. Hi, Misu. Misu, you, oh my god, Misu is the type of person to never skip one of these streams. Misu would not miss any of these streams for the risk of not being able to see the person that they simp for. Or persons, I should say. There's multiple. I try to make it to all your streams, excuse you. That's true, that's true. That is fair. Goldfish, can I see what you did? Sure. Check out, lo and behold, check out my sandcastle. He scooted just a bit nearer and began surveying your work. The castle you'd built was pretty impressive, all things considered. It had archways, tall walls, and even a little moat circling it. Yeah, let's go. Look at that beauty. You see that? You seeing that? That looks amazing. That is awesome. I just remembered I study civil engineering. I forgot I study civil engineering. This is why I'm getting so excited over some sandcastle, because I like to build. Oh my god. Imagine if they said you just made a lump in the sand. I would cry. I would just sit here and cry. Because I would be really proud of my work, and then if somebody told me, oh, that's shit, then I'd be like, why would you say that? I worked so hard on it. Okay. You would probably feel safe living there. Maybe your moms were the queens. Ooh, that would be cool. Shiloh quickly decided to jump in the new conversation. Hey Goldfish, what did you do? Oh, well, I mean, it's right there. You can kind of see it. This is my castle, though. In case you couldn't really figure that out. Shiloh didn't look so happy anymore. Oh no. OMG, the king is back. Aw, thank you. Yeah, I am back. What, yeah, is he gonna be mad that I copied him? Is he gonna be mad that I copied his idea? You both built castles? Yeah, I like castles. I like castles. The only other option was like a house and a mansion. But Shiloh was building a house and Cove was building a castle. And I didn't want to build a mansion. I just wanted to build a castle. I just painted my nails. Good job, Asher. Nice. What color were they? Or like, did you do patterns and stuff? Oh. Please don't be mad. We can both have castles. This doesn't have to be a competition.
Yeah.
Oh, that's neat. You guys, how you guys match. It's too bad we didn't all do it. Next time we should. What did you clip? What did you clip? Was it from last stream? I know you clipped something from last stream. Black just black because it already had me sit in the bathroom for an hour. What? I mean, okay, I don't understand. How long does it take you to paint your nails? I usually don't. Oh, you kept redoing them. That explains why. I was like, what? When does it take like an hour to paint your nails? Okay. Wouldn't that be boring? No, we all build unique castles. All right, shut up, Cove. All right, don't be a party pooper. Listen, I'm gay, I need to be good. Mood. That is a mood. However, I, like, work too much with my hands, and so I haven't painted my nails in a long time because they just keep getting chipped all the time and they don't last. No, but yeah, no, Cove, let me have my moment. I like castles too, god damn it. Let me build my own castle. You build your castle. I will praise you on yours. We can praise each other on each other's builds, all right? You don't have to diss everybody else's builds. Yeah, I hate when they chip. Honestly, mood. They take at least an hour. Well, that seems like a you problem, Zoe. Toxic gamer Cove. Cove is being a toxic gamer, if I'm being honest. If something is the only one thing, wait. If something is the only one of a thing that makes it special. No, it does not. No, it doesn't. We're all human beings and we're all different. Alright? But just because we're all human doesn't mean that we're all boring. Eat his castle? I'm not gonna eat his castle. But like, just because we're all human beings doesn't mean that we're all boring. We're all different in our own ways, and that's what makes everything special, because not everything is the same thing. No two things are the same. I'm not gonna eat his castle. You do like a base coat and glitter and stuff? Ooh. Glitter's fun. Well, actually, let me phrase that. Glitter nail polish is fun. Anything else glittery? No, it sucks. I can't with glitter. It gets everywhere. I glittered once when I was like 3. Asher, no. Yeah, for sandcastles and stuff. People, oh no, I just went on a whole rant of why people are different from each other and that they're unique. You can't just discredit my entire argument right now. People too, my dad always says how everybody is their own man, a real individual. Yeah. Because we're all different. Even though we're all people, we're all still different. I used to eat moon sand and your mom donated it after that. Then don't eat moon sand. I don't think I'm very special. Shiloh, you just lack self-confidence, okay? You're 5 or 7 still. 5, I can, okay, I can see 5. 7, that's a bit of a stretch. That's a bit of a stretch, Misu.
Why?
Why not? Nobody else is you. That is the same argument I just made. That is the argument I just made. Cove. Respectfully, I am going to push you into the water. What? I think I have had, I don't know what that is. Shiloh simply shook his head. I'm not different. A beat passed between the two. Cove then looked down at his own work again. Okay. He didn't seem to be bothered leaving the disagreement hanging there. Cove had other things on his mind. Cove always has other things on his mind. My dad tried to get me to make sandcastles the first time we came to this beach. I didn't want to. Cove trailed off. Again, there was another moment of silence. Shiloh shifted and opened his mouth to say something, but Cove spoke up before he could. He didn't think he noticed that Shiloh was going to talk. Oh. Hey, do you know what happened when your moms met my dad, Goldfish? No, I was not there for that. I don't know what happened. You waited to see if Shiloh would say what he wanted to. When he didn't, you considered Cove's question. Pika is a tendency or craving to eat substances other than normal food, occurring during childhood or pregnancy, or as a symptom of disease. Huh. I didn't know that was a thing. I thought it was just a habit that people had from when they're kids to just put everything in their mouth because textures or something. I don't know. I wasn't there. They didn't tell me. I just remember what happened when I met your dad. He gave me a $20 bill, but I'm not gonna say that in front of you because then it just seems like our friendship was bought. But I do still have that crisp $20. Nice. Mr. Holden had been a weird stranger then. Well, he was still kind of strange. No other parent acted like him. But you knew him better at this point. Now that you thought about it, it made a lot of sense that Cove's dad talked to him about people being unique. You were pulled from your thoughts when Cove continued.
Oh.
Well, I was there. Well, yeah, no duh. You're the one who asked the question. I don't think my mom has met your dad. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she hasn't. Goldfish's parents and my dad met the same day I met him. Oh, the same day you met me. I was like, the day you met your dad? I was so confused for a moment. I was like, hold on, how did you meet your dad that same day that you met my parents? You came with your dad to this town. No, it was the same day you met me. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she has it. Goldfish's parents and my dad met the same day I met him. I'm gonna say what happened. Alright, tell me what happened. Shiloh frowned to himself, ducking his head. His hat cast a shadow over his face. You could still tell he was upset at not being included in Cove's choice of topic. I mean, he's talking about his traumas, so... that was kind of boring for him, though giving people their own turn to say the things they want was important too. Yeah, he stayed silent and let Cove finish his story. I think Shiloh wants to talk too. Oh god, this is... Why am I always a mediator here? I'm gonna take a sip of water before I continue, because goddamn. Why? Yeah, that's my thinking. Shiloh can talk when Cove's done. Like, I would never interrupt somebody unless they are not including somebody, like, intentionally, like they interrupted somebody else to talk for themselves. So that I would stand up and be like, alright, hey, this person was talking. But no, like, Cove's just trying to tell a story and I'm just gonna let him finish. And then it's like, okay, Shiloh, you talk now. Shiloh could talk about stuff after Cove had a chance to share what he had planned. Or what he planned on. When we moved here, we didn't bring a lot of things with us. Only some stuff that would fit in Dad's car. We didn't even get a moving truck. I sat in there while Dad brought it all inside. I didn't want to get out because I knew Dad would only make me look around the new house. I really didn't want to do that. His lips twisted into a frown as he recalled that. Then I saw your moms. They were in a car too and stopped at your house. I guess they were coming back from somewhere or something. My dad noticed. He waved his hand, then went over to the front of your house, where he started talking to them. I don't know what they said. I couldn't hear it. But he couldn't see me anymore since he was looking the other way. So I opened the door and left. I wanted to get away and went behind the houses. I found those hills there. The ones where we met for the first time. Cove nodded, then stared at you. You stared back. He didn't go on to say anything more. Aren't you going to finish your story? Cove's brow wrinkled, like he didn't understand why you were surprised.
Huh?
That's all that happened. What? I mean, thank you for telling me your feelings, but what? That was a pretty bad story. Why did you want to tell me the story if nothing happened? Okay, you really gotta get better at telling stories. Thank you for telling me, but also, what? You're welcome. Even if not much happened, you weren't gonna complain about knowing the story. Yeah. Shiloh's mouth twisted into a scowl of disbelief, but he said nothing. Why'd you bring that up anyway? There was a slight shrugging of Cove's shoulders.
Well,
I was thinking about it because of the sandcastle. It made me remember when I moved to here. Dad showed me the beach first, before we went back to the car to unpack. He was really excited about it for some reason. Cove's brows furrowed a little more as he quietly raked his hands through the sand. I get it. You thought maybe Mr. Holden wasn't that excited about the beach. I was instead hoping Cove might be. But the line of conversation had come to its end. Even Cove was done with it. Some other topic had popped into his head. Shallow fidgeting uncomfortably in the sand had made Cove aware of his presence again. They looked at each other and you could only wonder what this might be about. Hey, Shiloh? Yeah? Why are you always turning so red, even when nothing is happening? Clearly startled, he jerked back. Neither you or Shiloh had expected that to be how he got included in the conversation again. I don't know, I guess. Okay, it's kind of weird. Okay, why are you calling people weird? You have no right to call people weird when your hair is green and your eyebrows are that wiggly. Alright, sir? I don't care. I'm gonna diss you. You diss other people, I'm gonna diss you. Shiloh's eyes were wide with embarrassment and his lips twitched. And he was blushing even harder than before. He's blushing? Shiloh is blushing? What? Okay, there needs to be an explanation for this. Why are you blushing? Is it like heat blush or is it just like just regular blushing? Because I know you wear the hat. You always wear a hat. I don't know if it's because you get burned easily or whatnot, but like you always wear a hat. The heat blush or is it like regular blushing? I have no idea. Maybe it wasn't only this. Perhaps it was simply the last straw. But it was a big deal to Shiloh, a huge deal. He didn't just look sad, he seemed almost panicked. Oh no. What? You weren't sure if he was about to cry or run away or what, but you soon got an answer. Why do you wear glasses? Most kids don't wear glasses, and nobody's named Cove. Oh god. Oh my god, Shiloh. Oh god. Oh my god. Who asked you to come? It was probably just your dad bugging Goldfish's family some more, 'cause you don't have anyone else who will ever play with you. Oh my god. Oh my god! Shiloh! Holy crap! Jesus, that's some emotional damage right there! Oh god! Misu, you walked away for 5 minutes. Okay, so Cove was telling his story, and then he wouldn't let Shiloh talk. And then he finally, Cove finally noticed Shiloh wanting to say something, and instead of asking, he's like, oh, like, hey, you wanted to say something? He's just like, why are you always so red? Just kind of like low-key insulting him, just being like, why are you always blushing? Are you always this way? And then Shiloh just kind of had enough, and is just lashing out onto Cove, and it's like, oh, I bet you're, like, you were only here dragged because your dad. I bet you that your dad only talked to like, my parents so that we could be friends. And I was like, oh, okay, wow, alright then. Oh, damn. Yeah, me too, man. Cove blinked. The tension on the beach was subtly uncomfortable in a way you didn't know how to laugh off. I'm currently laughing it off right now. Oh, I also don't know how to deal with the situation. What? It didn't seem like the kind of thing he'd get upset about. though you hadn't ever known what kind of thing would bother Shiloh, because he never makes his feelings known. Nervous laughing is different from laughing it off. Yeah, I guess that's true. I'm sorry. Wait, what did that say? Me too. I was just wondering. Hey, let's build another sandcastle. You try to play on your own. Are we gonna build more? You nervously mess with the sand. Oh god. How do I deal with this? Eat the sand? No, I'm not gonna eat the sand. God, how do you deal with this type of situation? Let them work it out themselves. I mean, that kind of makes sense. I'm gonna nervously mess around with the sand. You picked up some sand and turned it over in your hands. There didn't seem to be much you could do to stop the fight, and you weren't sure what to do with yourself. Cove looked over at what you were doing and started building his own set of walls. Shiloh took a breath before kneeling back down to his own patch of sand. It seemed like they both decided to try playing again. You were glad for that. You all went back to making more sand buildings, but the whole mood had changed. Shiloh's cheeriness was clearly gone, and Cove looked as confused as ever about why the other boy had blown up. I mean, I'm kind of curious too. Is it just like because nobody was paying attention to him? But at the same time, it's like Shiloh isn't really the type of person to put the attention on himself. Like, whenever somebody else is around, he always puts the attention on them and never on himself. So I don't... It's giving mixed messages, and I don't quite know what's the truth here. The air stayed uncomfortable the rest of the afternoon, right up to the moment that Shiloh's mom appeared at the beach to take him home. Cove and Shiloh had mostly followed your lead and barely said a word. His mom standing behind him, even Shiloh's goodbye had been quiet. Friendly, cheerful, but noticeably quiet. Oh god. But with Shiloh gone and the sun going down, you knew it was time for you and Cove to head to your own houses. The two of you trailed out of the park together towards the neighborhood. Oh god. The walk home was quiet. You passed familiar landmarks, shoes thumping against the sidewalk in near perfect unison. Cove was clearly caught up in thinking about something. What's on your mind? I want to know what's on your mind. I'm gonna pick at your mind real quick. Something was definitely up, so you chose to reach out to him and ask. Hey, Cove, is everything okay? You're making a funny face.
Oh.
I was just wondering. Cove felt silent again for a few more seconds, then sighed. Why'd Shiloh act like that when I said he was all red and when I said he was all red a lot? You were being rude to him. He's just being a baby. You shouldn't make fun of him. I don't know. It's just Shiloh. He gets embarrassed. You shrugged at Cove with no answer to give. Okay, so not these two. Not these two, because this one's gonna offend Cove. This one's just gonna put Shiloh in a bad light. Same with this one. That's not giving a concrete answer. You shouldn't make fun of him. We'll make him feel bad, but also probably hopefully learn his lesson. He gets embarrassed. You shrug. I want to give an answer. I want to say he gets embarrassed. That way it kind of like reassures Cove that he didn't do anything wrong, but also kind of make him understand of like, hey, maybe you shouldn't do this to Shiloh. He gets embarrassed is a good one, I think, too. Alright. Well, let's go with this one, because I think this one is probably like a best win-win situation for everybody here. Embarrassed, but I didn't say anything that bad. Okay, well, maybe in your opinion, but he also could have taken it a different way. Perspective, buddy. it might have upset him anyway. I guess I can get it. Why he would do that. Sometimes I get really mad too. Sorry, Gerd just hit me, like, just punched me right now. It hurt. Not literally, but Gerd is just... Are you drinking water? Yes, I'm drinking water. I can take another sip. I can take another sip if you want. Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, my Gerd's been acting up recently. Mommy dear, no, stop. Okay, I've taken my sip of water. Your simping break is now over. Yeah, no, my Gerd has just been acting up a lot, and it could be because I've been eating too many spicy chips. I wish to hold you in your wife's hand, okay? I said it was over, Misu. Okay, yeah, you get really mad sometimes too, and sometimes you don't even know why you're mad. You just kind of get mad, alright? So let him have his moment. Despite seemingly coming to a conclusion, Cove's mood was still sour. Well, yeah, now he's probably upset at himself, because he does that a lot. Hey, Goldfish, was Shallow telling the truth? Oh god. Oh no, please don't pin this on me, okay? I had nothing to do with it. Your dad never gave me a $20. I don't know what you're talking about. Huh? His gaze left yours, and he dug the sole of his shoe into the ground. He looked oddly vulnerable for a second. Does my dad make you hang out with me? I know he talks to your moms about that a lot. An uncomfortable weight settled in your chest at the question. You like spending time with Cove. You didn't even have to think hard about it. You knew you did. What? Wait. But you couldn't help feeling guilty. Cove still didn't know what happened when you met Mr. Holden. Yeah, he did give me the 20. He gave me the 20. See, at first it was a bribery. But now it's just more of like, I like hanging out with you, even though you can be, you know, a prick sometimes. Nobody's making me spend time with you. Your dad does do stuff so you hang out with my family, but Shiloh shouldn't have said that. No, I'm not gonna tell him that his dad offered me money. No. Nobody's making me spend time with you. No, I'm not gonna tell him that his dad offered me money. Ko's shoulders relaxed. You hadn't even noticed that he had tensed up. Yeah, that's what I thought too. See? What if he finds out that you lied? He won't find out that I lied. I will just tell him that it was a birthday gift. I got $20 for my birthday, okay? I got $20 for my birthday from your dad. That's all that was. Alright, it's purely birthday money. That's it. I'm saving up for stuff. He won't find out. It's fine. I'm comforting him right now. What if his dad or your sister tell him? Okay. I don't think his dad will tell him. Because his dad also told me to keep it a secret. And my sister knows nothing about it. My sister doesn't know about the $20, alright? Those $20 are mine. They're well hidden. Nobody knows about the 20. I don't think maybe even my parents know about it. I don't think my moms know. Anyway, I didn't think you were pretending. I just wanted to make sure it was okay, that's all. I just wanted to make sure it was okay, that's all. Okay, I don't know what that meant. Your throat tightened. It was hard to meet Cove's earnest gaze again. Keeping secrets was hard. Listen, man. It's not a secret if I genuinely enjoy hanging out with him, okay? You're welcome. By now, the two of you were on the sidewalk near your houses. It was time to part ways. I said goodbye. Oh, God. I don't want a hug. No, I don't want a hug. Because that might seem like too much. That might seem like too much. I don't want to give him a hug. No. God damn it. Does anybody else have a second opinion? Misu, I hear you. You're saying hug. But also, I don't want to make him uncomfortable. I kind of want to just like nudge his shoulder. Just kind of be like, I'll try you more fan art if you hug. I don't think you should hug. Thank you, Zoe. I'm thinking nudging. I definitely like saying goodbye. Sure, perfectly fine. There's nothing really harmful in it. But also, man's just kind of question if I genuinely like hanging out with him. I will nudge. Don't worry, Misu. Hopefully things will progress in our friendship. But for now, I don't think Cove is the type of person to accept hugs. Alright, I enjoy giving hugs as much as the next person. But also, Cove don't roll like that. So I'm gonna nudge Cove's shoulders. A shoulder one. I'm not gonna nudge both. You reached over and gave a Cove a fond push forward. Bye. See you tomorrow. He laughed a little and playfully pushed your hand back. He didn't mind the bit of rowdiness at all. Bye. Then you jogged towards your house. Just run. Just nudge him. Just be like, bye, and just run away. It's like, God, that was too much for me. When you looked back, you saw Cove making his way back home too, as if he felt your eyes on him. He turned around, he waved. You did too. Aw. You still felt a little unsure with what you were supposed to do about the deal Cove's dad had offered. Nothing really you can do. I still have the 20. You didn't want to say something bad or something you shouldn't. Then I just won't tell anybody about it. You had no idea how Cove would take it either. It would be terrible if you... Yeah, it would be terrible if it made him feel bad. What if he didn't want to play with you anymore? Oh, that's a good idea. Give the $20 back. That'd be hard though, because whenever I see Mr. Holden, it's always with Cove. You might change your mind sometime. There was always tomorrow after all, but for now, it was definitely something you need to keep for yourself. Oh, what the heck? It skipped one. It skipped one of the thingies, the dialogues. Shoot. Alright, we have one left. Fireflies. Now, I can keep going. I have an option for you guys, a little choice if you will. We can start Fireflies and we probably won't finish it. Or we finish stream here and next time we continue with it. So continue, like start Fireflies or save it for next time. Do it. Okay. Fireflies. Alright, we'll do Fireflies then.
Alright!
Oh god. Oh god, Lizzie, you gave me a freaking heart attack. Don't do that. I think we might forget if we start it now, but I'm down for both. Okay, I kind of just started already anyway, so... Alright, tonight we're going to catch fireflies. I forgot what's the voice I gave Lizzie. That's why you rewatched the stream. What's the voice I gave Lizzie? I gave Shiloh a voice. And Cove somewhat. It's just a little bit like deeper than mine. Alright, let's see. Tonight we're gonna catch fireflies. Oh, that's right. I gave her like a diva kind of voice because that's what she is. You'll voice Lizzie in your head. Oh god. At this blunt declaration from your sister, you looked up from your macaroni and cheese dinner. We had mac and cheese! Yo, I want some of this mac and cheese. Fireflies were a familiar sight over summer, coming out on warm nights to dance through the sky. Tonight was particularly balmy. You knew there were bound to be a ton of them around. Oh, there goes my mouse. Oh, are you? Wait, oh, you are you? The moms are here. Misu. That's you. You started eating faster. You looked over at your mom's. You pushed your food around the plate. I'm gonna start eating faster. A grin curved your lips as you started to eat a bit faster, excited for what was to come. It seemed like you were too excited, however, as you started to choke on cough on your food from shoveling it down so quickly. Oh my god. Mommy reached over to pat you on the back, firmly helping to dislodge the noodles and enable you to breathe again. Yes, help me breathe, please. I kinda choked on that a bit. You took a big gulp of water from your glass, giving your moms a sheepish look. Oops. My bad. I'd let mommy pat me on the back. Me too. Oh my god. That's a good idea, Lizzie. Oh, that's Shiloh. When's Shiloh here? That's a good idea, Lizzie. Can we, miss? Shiloh tapped his fork against the table excitedly, his face lighting up as he looked at Lizzie. God. It was unusual for Shiloh to still be here. Like always, his mom had to bring him over really early in the morning before her job started. But normally, she would have picked him up by now. She called before dinner to let your moms know she'd be late. You didn't hear why. Probably more work things. You thought maybe getting to hang out with Shiloh for longer is what made Lizzie want to keep running around outside. Shiloh's mom a nurse or something? Honestly, that would make sense. That would make sense. Staying at home and watching TV was never an option for her with guests over. That's why you were pretty sure she'd get your moms to agree. It already looks so dark out there. Well, that's kind of the whole point, isn't it? Fireflies light up at night. Lizzie gave Mom the best puppy dog eyes she could, slowly spooning mac and cheese in her mouth while you waited for there to be a response. Yes. Let me finish my mac and cheese. I like my mac and cheese. There. Let them go. Nights like this don't happen every day. There's your mommy. There's your mommy, Misu. Yeah. Your parents exchanged a look, then Mom eventually sighed and nodded back. Yes, it's Noelani. Noelani is here. They're both so pretty. Agreed. They really are. Yes! Along with Lizzie's cheers, you threw your arms up in triumph, but waited until you finished chewing to say anything because you knew it was rude to talk with your mouth full. Mood. Sometimes I do that too. Like when I'm playing a game and I'm streaming, right? And I know I don't have a camera, or sometimes I forget. But like, whenever I get excited, I'll like throw my hands up in the air and just like cheer. But you obviously can't see it. I talk with my hands a lot, and it's not something that is very visible, but it's still quite funny. Fine. Just make sure you stay on the hill behind our house with all the poppies, okay? Duh, Mom. That's where most of them are. The idea had only just been planted in your head, but already you could just picture all the glowing lights spread out in front of you, like the fairies from the bedtime stories Mommy read sometimes. PNG rig time, oh god. All too quickly it became a race to see who could finish their food first. No choking at the dinner table now. That's right, if somebody died we'd have to cancel the Firefly trip after all. Listen, I don't plan on dying on this table tonight, alright? I'm gonna finish my mac and cheese and it's gonna taste great, and we're gonna go catch some fireflies. Mom said it like a joke, but you knew that they were both telling you kids to slow down. Shiloh did immediately. When you glanced at Lizzie, you saw her still eating faster than she should.
Jeez.
Elizabeth!
Jeez.
No one's gonna die, sheesh. Death by mac and cheese. Honestly, not a bad way to go. A knock on the door interrupted Mom before she could, no doubt, scold your sister. I'll get it! Your big sister jumped out of her seat and ran over to the door, pulling it open without even looking out the window to see who it was. This is how we know Lizzie will just get abducted, because she takes no precautions.
Huh?
Oh? You shifted in your seat to try and get a glimpse at the unexpected guest.
Hi.
Oh my god, it's Cove. Good evening, Cove. Your mommy had already walked to the door by the time you managed to see past Shiloh's flappy hat. Oh, Cove, hi, you're here. Cove smiled at your enthusiastic greeting, and you'd hope Mommy would ask him to stay. It didn't matter why he was there. It meant he could join you all in catching fireflies. That is true. Then, for a few seconds, Cove said nothing. He only stood there and looked up at your mommy with a face almost like he was considering turning around and leaving. My dad told me to drop this off because I guess he borrowed it from you. Cove took a familiar screwdriver from out of his large side pocket, eyes now dropped to the floor. We left ours back home when we moved. Great, thanks, bye. Lizzie, goddamn.
Thank you.
Thank you. Here, why don't you come inside for a bit? Lizzie crossed her arms and lifted her chin. Cove shrugged, and Mom stood from the table too. What? I'll give your dad a call to let him know you got here all right. It's from across the street. They live across the street from us. What do you mean? Cove shuffled fully inside, eyes remaining on the ground. Mommy closed the door behind him.
Hi.
Hi, Cove. Shiloh gave Cove a friendly smile while waving by holding up his hands and opening and closing his fingers. Cove nodded in response. Cove, are you going to catch fireflies with us? You should come outside with us if you want to. You weren't even sure what to say now. I'm gonna say this. Cove, you can come catch fireflies with us. You could see Lizzie eyeing you for mentioning the excursion to an outsider, but she'd get over it. How is he an outsider? He hangs out with us all the time. He's hung out with us the entire summer. He's been here the entire summer. What do you mean? He's not a stranger. You hoped Cove would say yes. That way you wouldn't be the odd one out with Lizzie and Shiloh anymore. True. True. Don't leave me alone with these two.
Yeah.
I can do that. Yay! He's coming with us. I'm taking him hostage now. He's coming with us. I've never caught one before. To be fair, I haven't either, so I've never seen fireflies in real life. Like at all. The only thing that's close to it, I would say, is that when I was younger, there would be a park nearby my house, and there were a bunch of like smaller moths. Like they're pretty much harmless. They don't do anything, but they're tiny and they look like butterflies, tiny butterflies, white butterflies. And during the evening, like when the sun was setting, they would come out a lot more often, and we would go and try and catch them. Like me and relatives, cousins, we would go out and try to catch them. And it was, I don't know, it was really nice, because then sometimes you were able to catch them and you just see them try to fly, and then after a while they would calm down and just stay in your hand. Then once they rested and you wanted to catch some more, you would just gently blow on them and they would go and fly away again. Then you just continue the cycle. But I've never been able to catch fireflies. It's too bad he didn't have a chance before now. The fireflies weren't out when they first moved in, and there must not have been any where he used to live. We can't go until after dinner. After she pointed this out, Lizzie walked back to the table and took her seat. There wasn't much left on her plate. Since this was very true, you decided to finish up your own stuff as well. Cove stepped closer and eyed what was on the menu for your family's meal. Have you eaten yet? Yeah, my dad and I ate earlier. What did you have? Eggs. The clipped one-word answers seemed to discourage Shiloh from asking any more questions. His eyes slowly wandered back to the last scraps of food on his plate. Her phone call with Cove's dad must have ended because your mom's came back into the room. Oh, because your mom came back into the room.
Okay.
Cove, your dad said you can stay for a little while if you'd like, but he's going to come get you before it gets too much later. Sure.
Fun.
Oh, fun. This will be so nice. As you polished off the meal, you hoped it would be As you polished off the meal, you hoped it would be too. Oh, for it to be fun. The three of you all finished eating shortly after, and Lizzie led the way outside. Let's go. Remember, don't stray too far. It's fine, Mom. Shiloh trailed so closely after Lizzie, he was nearly stepping on her heels. Jesus. Cove hesitated at the door. Coming? After a moment, he did.
Bye.
Bye, children. The two of you were a good 10 or 15 feet behind Lizzie and Shiloh by the time you walked outside. You pushed the door shut behind you, watching their figures get farther and farther away.
Hurry up!
You're so slow, Goldfish. We don't have all night. You started to run when you heard Lizzie's voice calling you, but paused when you saw Cove still walking at a relaxed pace. Are you not gonna come? You tugged him along. You walked with him, you waved him to hurry, you ran off. Tug? Tug? We tug? Bring him into the joy, just drag him along into it. Let's tug him. Let's go. You reached out for, first for his cast arm, then corrected yourself and grabbed his other instead. He stumbled a bit at your pull, but went along easily enough after he got his balance. When you arrived at the hill with Cove in tow, your eyes widened at the beautiful sight. There were a lot of fireflies out, glowing against the backdrop of the dark sky. Lizzie was already standing on top of the hill, and Shiloh was running around near the middle. That is kind of cool though. Little dancing fireflies everywhere. Shiloh took a moment to come over and welcome the both of you on the hill. Hi guys, it's really great out, huh? See how many there are? Yeah. A firefly danced through the air, landing on Cove's sea green head. Shiloh couldn't help but giggle. You and Shiloh couldn't help but giggle. Quietly looked on, you shooed the bug away. Either giggle or shoo the bug away. Which one? Both of these are good options. I don't know. Let's shoo the bug away. Let's shoo the bug away. Little bug was spooked when you waved a hand towards it, flittering in front of Cove's nose for a moment or two before darting away. Cove let out a surprised sound, then followed after their glow. Oh look, Lizzie has one. That's amazing. Shiloh ran to the highest point of the hill, making sure not to lose his hat or backpack along the way. You hummed as the group divided and conquered, shifting your gaze to the dozens of other fireflies sailing around. The game was on. You had a bandage on your thumb and you tried to be cautious of that. Oh, why do I have bandages on my hand? you were good at not getting cuts or scratches, so you weren't too worried about that. You had a bandage on your palm, and you try to be cautious of that. 2 bandages on your hand, and you try to be cautious of that. Why do I have bandages on my hand? What happened? Let's do bandage on my palm. I don't know. Let's do either palm or thumb. I'm probably gonna do palm. Let's do palm. Spotting one close by, you approached it with an assassin-like stealth, crouching down to make yourself seem like less of a threat. Slowly dragging one foot in front of the other, you crept up towards it, arms outstretched. You closed your hands around the little glowing orb, careful not to crush it. The firefly landed on your palm, almost docile, and you stared down at your prize in delight. Its tiny legs tickled your skin, and you giggled at the sensation. Cove kept up with his own target, but when he tried to grab it, his pink cast waved awkwardly through the air, foiling his efforts to clap his hands around the firefly. Aw, I forgot he has a cast on. Cove watched it vanish into thin air as with a dissatisfied expression on his face. Made a joke about what happened. You did your own things. Let's encourage him to get another one. You'll get the next one. Did you catch one? That's besides the point. You got this. You nodded and Cove gave up his hunt for the moment, coming closer and peering at the insect still crawling across your palm. You held out your hand, and he leaned closer, eyes widened a tad behind his glasses. Cove remained hypnotized by the little bug as he inched his hand closer to yours. Ultimately, he settled his fingers lightly on top of the ones you were holding open. It tingled. Oh? Oh? I'm gonna stay still. I am I'm the type of person to like freeze in this type of situation. Normally I can flirt with people pretty well, but like if it's someone that I'd genuinely be interested in, I would kind of just like freeze. I wouldn't know what to do. I would just kind of like stay there, and I can't make decisions in those moments. The last thing you wanted was to accidentally scare this shiny creature off, or shiny treasure off. The firefly, noticing the new connection, crawled up onto Cove's hand. He quietly gasped. Aw, that's so cool. It worked. Yeah, you got one. I'll trade fireflies with your goldfish. I mean, whenever I do find fireflies, I do want to try catching some, but I can't guarantee that you will be there. Cove's lips turned into a slow smile, and his eyes shined brighter than the bug. Thanks, goldfish. Yeah, no problem. With the laugh he gave, With the laugh he gave the palm of your hand a friendly smack, performing an awkward low 5. Ouch. Ouch. Startled by the extreme movement, the tiny light disappeared before you could even blink. Your firefly was gone.
Sorry.
I'm more concerned about the cut that I have on my palm. You smacked my hand, and that hurt. I teared up. No, I'm not gonna cry. It's okay. It's okay. I couldn't keep it forever. They're meant to be free. Plus, the whole fun is that we keep finding new ones. No, I'm not gonna cry. I am not gonna cry.
You're right.
Right, bugs have to stay outside. That is true. We can't keep them forever. Let's get another. Yeah. Let's collect more. Uh-huh. We can work together. His face broke out in a wide grin. We'll catch a bunch. Yes. With renewed vigor, you ran out into the hill. You're not sure how much time passed while you were stuck on the thick of it, or while you were in the thick of it. All you could focus on was the adventure at hand. No critter was safe from your grasp. At first, you tried to keep a tally of how many you had caught, but once the number grew higher than 10, you had no more fingers left to count with. You were having the time of your life, racing up and down the hill with the crash of the ocean and the sound of everyone's laughter echoing in the background. Goldfish, this way! You followed the sound of Cove's voice to the top of the hill, watching as he stretched his arms out in front of him, reaching with his fingers and only narrowly missing his target. Damn. Cove and you took turns trying to scare fireflies in the direction of the other. You showed him some techniques that you had learned, like how to cup your hands correctly, and he listened attentively before trying for himself. There were a few times when you almost ran into each other, giggling as you dove to the side at the last moment. Luckily, disaster was avoided each time. It was an overall huge success, with the both of you catching multiple fireflies each. Yay! I'm glad he was able to catch some, even with his cast on. Eventually, the fireflies began to thin out and your energy started to lapse. You decided it was time to call off the hunt. Cove didn't complain. He breathed in heavily and his face seemed really flushed. That was fun. A lot of fun. You smiled at him broadly, happily he had enjoyed the activity. Yeah, it was.
Come on!
Goldfish, Cove, get up here. We're gonna have a race. I'm gonna trip and fall is what I'm gonna do if we race down this hill. The shouting caught you off guard. It had been quite a while since you heard from Lizzie or Shiloh. Oh god. we were kind of off in our own little land. Our little la la land. You should trip and fall, Lizzie. You glanced over to see them both standing on top of the hill again, Lizzie beckoning to you with quick hand gestures. If she was like that, you knew there wasn't much room for disagreement. Up the incline you went. From the corner of your eye, you saw Cove was coming as well. He didn't care for Lizzie a lot, so you thought he might be intrigued just by the idea of a race. Hi.
Cove.
Hi. Cove, you can't roll down the hill. You could hurt your arm again. Wait, what? You can't roll down the hill. You could hurt your arm again. You'll just be the referee for the rest of us. Oh, we're rolling down the hill. La La Land of holding hands. I mean, honestly, that's kind of where I thought this was gonna go. But I didn't know we were rolling down the hill. I thought we were just gonna, like, run down the hill. That's what I was saying. That was gonna, like, trip and fall. As Lizzie pointed this out, Cove froze in place. Oh, it was that kind of race. He frowned down at his cast. That was the second time it got in the way tonight. Oh, that's messed up. What? Yeah, you'll watch and see who gets to the bottom first. That's important. Got it? No. No. Am I gonna get the DLC? Hopefully. We'll see. I did see the different, like, DLC packages, and a couple of them look pretty cool. So I might get some of the DLCs. I'm not sure how I would do this though, because I know then that means there's a lot more, like, stages to the game, little moments in the game, and the whole playthrough is gonna take a lot longer, which I personally have no problem with. Just don't know how long you guys want this series to go. Yeah. Don't know. Let's include him in the race forever. Let's keep this going on forever. It's a good game. I'm not gonna disagree with that.
I guess.
No, you guys can roll down the hill. I will race Cove down. What does that say? The cast was sturdy. If he was careful, he could have done it. Lizzie might have just been looking for a reason to make someone else the referee, but it was already decided. No. I'll stay with Cove. I'm gonna stay with Cove, because that's messed up. You guys can race. you play other games on different days. That is true. I very much could.
Really?
Really? Why? You don't have to. Yeah, but I want to stay, you know? This isn't fair to you. So people have other stuff to watch. That is true. Stream different stuff. That is a good idea. It's okay. I want to watch. You moved beside him on the top of the hill, even though Lizzie eyed you and made a face. That's not how races work. We only need one referee. Alright, well, screw you. We can have two. There's no problem with that. He wants to hold hands again. Shut up, Misu. Don't spoil my plans. Shrugging your shoulders, you refuse to budge, and Lizzie let out a huff before throwing her hands in the air. Fine, I'll be the winner, whether you join or not. Okay. Okay, screw you, Lizzie. Lizzie moved to lay down, and Shiloh did the same. Cove stood slightly to the side to get a better vantage point, and you stood next to him. Count down! Cove is the referee and you're the audience. Yes, I very much could. Just cheer them on. Cove stood a little straighter. It seemed like he was taking his newfound referee duty seriously. Oh god. 3, 2, 1, go! Lizzie and Shiloh took off, leaving Gravity to do the work and rolling at high speeds towards the bottom of the hill. You and Cove leaned forward to watch them go, eyes peeled for which of the two would reach the bottom first. They were both neck and neck, until about halfway down the hill, Lizzie started to veer off to the side, giving Shiloh a huge advantage. Let's go! She obviously hadn't noticed a thing, and as soon as Shiloh reached the bottom of the hill, he jumped up excitedly and threw his hands in the air. Yeah! I won! Almost immediately, he fell back onto the grass, still dizzy from his roll down the hill. Lizzie stomped out of the bush she had ended up in, sputtering angrily and brushing leaves from the front of her dress. Damn. Not bad. You got lucky. Let's do it again and see who wins for real. Kids, it's time to come in. No! You snickered, feeling grateful you hadn't been part of the been part of the mini debacle? I don't know. You caught Cove's eyes and saw that he was doing the same. It had gotten late and was beginning to feel just a bit chilly as you made your way out of the hills, but the cold in the air hadn't dampened anyone's spirits. Lizzie's gonna be lawyer, you're calling it now. I mean, I don't know, what makes you say that? Because I can't really see it. The four of you walked back home together side by side down your neighborhood street, discussing the evening, with each person trying to prove that they're the one who caught the most fireflies. You knew that whoever really did catch the most didn't matter much anyway. All that mattered was that you all had a good time, which, judging by the smiles on everyone's faces, you did. Oh, that's all of them? Damn, that was a quick one. Well, okay, here's the thing. I'll see if I can get the DLC, and then if you guys are up for it, we can continue these ones, all the different DLC exclusives, so we have more for the what's it called? Yeah, for step 1. So this is while we're still kids, and then afterwards the summer ends, and then we move on to the next stage. So I'll see if I can get the DLC. I know it is on sale right now. Like the whole package deal and all the DLCs are on sale because of the newest release. But we'll see what I can do. All right, because I really enjoy this game, so this is really cool. Let's save real quick. We're gonna save. Cool. So we'll leave it here for today. Yeah, no problem. Thank you guys for watching so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. But we'll see if I can get the DLC. And that way we can get a whole lot more content on this game, because this is really cool. Wrong emoji. What is that? What is that? There we go. That's better. Yes. That is better emoji. But yeah, thank you guys for watching so much. Hopefully we can continue this again soon. I'm not sure if we'll continue it on Friday. I can't make any promises. I know I might have forgotten because I think I said there was a Minecraft event last weekend, but I had miscalculated and it's instead this weekend. So yeah, they're right next to each other. Who's next to each other? Oh, the emojis. Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, so there's a Minecraft event this weekend. I might have misspoken, said it was last weekend, but it's not. It's this weekend on Sunday. On Sunday at 11 a.m. PST. Yes. Yeah, 11 a.m. PST on Sunday. So be on the lookout for that. I have absolutely no idea what's going on, but it's a CSMP event. We'll see what's going on there. Yeah, so that would make it 2 p.m. EST. 2 p.m. EST, 11 a.m. PST. So be on the lookout for that. There will be a stream on Friday, more or less around the same time as today. So we'll see if I get the DLC by then. If not, then it's probably going to be Minecraft stream. So yeah, hope you guys will join me for that as well. But for now, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next stream. Bye bye.